Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. So, shop update. Y'all ain't heard one of these in a minute. So, I am reopening on a limited scale. Okay, I've gotten leveled out at the job. Everything's working out well, so I'm opening on a limited scale. Here's the terms to that. Power Commander turbos, no go. Not taking them in. Nitrous bikes and configurations that are just rigged together that are not willing to let me reconfigure their nitrous or anything else. I won't be just building motors or tuning them. I want to configure it myself because I've run into too many issues with nitrous configurations that just didn't work. Okay, so there'll be other things, but just don't even reach out if you want a Power Commander with a turbo or any of that. I'm not dealing with that. That's all headache work. I just want to take on just enough work in here to make the shop pay for itself and maybe put a little money in my pocket. Not looking to grow this business at all anymore. I just want to stabilize it and let it simmer. All right, so let's get the update going. Eric's red bike is done. I just reconfirmed the dyno numbers yesterday. No, day before yesterday. I reconfirmed the dyno numbers because we were having an issue with it shutting off. Turns out it was a wiring issue with the fuel pump. Someone has cut the harness before and hacked it back together. I repaired that. We're rocking. 302 horsepower on nitrous, and that is a very conservative tune. 11.75 to 1, 12 degrees of timing pulled out, real conservative. And 200 on motor. So she's ready to rock and roll. She's got APE clutch springs, rebuilt the clutch, slave and master, added a freaking support, all the goodness. AEM 51200 fuel pump, 390 injectors. It's $13.97. It's a really simple build. We are going Sunday to confirm this bike. We'll run the numbers we want. We're looking for 510. Basically top gas numbers. And then on motor, I'd like to see 560 pretty consistently. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can't get a jockey to meet me at Laster Mountain. Out of money. Y'all might remember this bike. I've currently got the clutch out, checking the stack. I got to put that back together. I'm going to rebuild the stack to the appropriate height. It was a little short. But big change. Max ECU. This bike is going max. I got sick and tired of trying to build boost on this thing with the ECU editor. Now we have ECU control, boost control. We got flex fuel. We got way more max than we'll ever need. So this max ECU came off Chris Charles' bike. He did part that bike out for personal gains. So he's looking to get his certified welding inspector and a few other things to help benefit his income in his life, and I completely understand it, so I helped him out by selling this max to this gentleman. This bike is a stock rod turbo piston, so basically it's a stock bottom end with a turbo top end. So it's got 9-to-1 compression pistons. They're not tall deck, otherwise there'd be a spacer. Either that or it doesn't have the pistons, he says. We'll know that real quick. Power is based entirely off of what he says is in it. Supposed to have valve springs, dual intake cams. So, RCC stage 2 kit. We're going to go ahead and take this thing up to like 15, 16 pounds of boost. That's where I'm going to stop. Probably 14, 15. Should get me where I want to go. I'm not going to tell you what the ET target is. I'm just going to tell you it's fast enough for a streetable bike. This bike, let's see, had a Wego, had ECU editor, had a bunch of cluster cuss in here. This was flat level with crap. Now it's wide open. ABS is deleted. I need to get brake line for the ABS. I need to get fuel lines. The fuel system's not in there, but it's getting flex fuel, E85, and one airline. And then this bike will be buttoned up, ready to go on the dyno and confirm the tune. I am going to just do decap upper injectors because the boost level is staying fairly low at this time. Now, that I don't recommend if you plan to grow. He has plans to grow, but it'll involve building the bottom end first. So at that time, which he chooses to do so, we will redo just the hoses. I'm building the fuel system around using the right fittings. And we will switch to an RCC billet fuel rail, and I have a set of 80-pound upper injectors that should get him most of the way where he wants to go. Honestly, I'd go ID 1050X. We'll see where he wants to go. That's that. Let's see. Marcus Ham's bike, Scotty's going through. That's his own project. Let's see. Dragonfly's chilling here. Bossman's chilling here. Brett's bike. This is going to be a cold-blooded hooker. I have not done any tuning on this except put in basic data. So the startup is freaking terrible. I've got a lot of work to do on the startup. Like I said, 0 tuning completed. Actually, I have the radiator cap off and just spilled coolant. So anyway, I got to go ahead and finish bleeding the cooling system. I've got to hook up the air supply for the boost control, the regulator, confirm all sensors, throw in my base startup tune, which I have a rough tune in it, but it is not right at all. Wow, the alcohol. Anyway, it's on E85 right now. So I got a few things to button up on this, but then it'll be ready for the dyno. It's already pre-broken on the engine stand, ready to rock. Ricky went and bought himself a GS6R. He's a friend of Chad Nichols. So he's going to be building that with Nichols and a little bit of my guidance. Let's see. Scotty, we went ahead and got Tulip tuned out on some new fuel. She is ready to rock and roll. We're seeing if he wants to go to Lasser this weekend. We'll see. Jimmy brought me his nitrous bike. If y'all remember, long time ago this was here. This bike is a Max ECU race with an MPS plug-and-play harness that was an absolute cluster cuss of junk everywhere. He paid me to hook up the nitrous and a few sensors. He didn't want to pay to go through the whole harness. He just wanted to get it working, right? So I got it working. We went to the track. This thing wouldn't move out of its own way. I threw a different clutch setup in it, threw a different nitrous tune up in it, and this thing freaking flew. And he went on the trailer that day. He come back from that first fast pass and he put it on the trailer. He was shook. Now he's gotten comfortable with it. It is a fast, fun nitrous bike. This is a little bitty baby motor, but it is fun. So this one is here for the winter. I'm going to be pulling the entire harness off, deluming everything that's not needed, which is about 20 pounds of extra wire in this thing. If you could see what's under the tail, you will in another video. It is bad. Like, very, very bad mess of what the hell wiring in this bike versus his turbo. So I'm going to do the same thing to this I did to the turbo. Let's see. I do believe that's all. I'm still without 4 wheels. I'm riding that little Suzuki Marauder everywhere. It's getting cold, but that's what I'm doing. So, you all stick around. We may be playing with some new fun stuff. Yeah, I've been playing with some fun stuff. But stick around. The content's going to start going again. I don't know how good I'm going to be at it because I'm going to be working over there at my other job Monday through Friday. I got to get up at 4 a.m. and I work until 2:30 p.m. I get up at 4 a.m. I don't work 4 a.m., but you get the principle. Anyway, I work till 2:30 in the afternoon. Then I'm going to be coming here working on whatever projects I can work on, going home, sleeping, rinse, repeat. And weekends over the winter, we'll be here. Over the summer, we'll be racing. So, just bear with me. In any case, I got to hurry up and get this tire changed out. It's got a dyno tire on it. I got to put his hookup back on it. I'm actually going to use my hookup for the track and take his width so I can change it there because his hookup is bald. And that's about it, guys. Have a beautiful day.